what's your secret? You got the kind of vibe that leaves men speechless. It could be model, multitasking genius. Yeah, you got it all.
Welcome back to Breakthrough Conversations with Rhoda and Company. Today's episode is a little different. One of my favorites because we're inviting you all into something that's incredibly close to our hearts. If you've been following the podcast, you've heard me talk about breakthrough, courage, purpose, and becoming the woman you're meant to be. So today we're talking about a place where all of those things come together. So on October the 2nd, mark that on your calendar, October 2nd, we'll be hosting Women Unite to Ignite, a one-day experience created to remind every woman of one single truth. You matter, you belong, you rise. This isn't just another conference. It's a day intentionally designed to help women reconnect with themselves and reconnect with others or connect with others for the first time. It's about building authentic relationships, being inspired by incredible stories, and leaving with some practical tools that you all can immediately apply to your lives. And I'm joined today by two amazing women who have been instrumental in bringing this vision to life. Shannon Norman, co-founder of Women Unite to Ignite, also HR executive, certified professional coach, author, and founder of the Accept the Compliment movement. Welcome, Shannon.
Thank you, Rhoda.
Shannon has also been a guest on the podcast before, so if you're interested, go listen to that. And then Becki Feldman. Hi, Becki.
Hello.
HR professional, owner of Bloom with Becki, connector, networker, storyteller, and also one of our featured speakers for the retreat. Thank you both for being here.
I do have to correct you on one thing, Rhoda. You said that I was instrumental in bringing this to life. It's really just you two, and I'm a fangirl. I'm just a fangirl here.
No, Becki is an awesome thought partner. She takes us on magic carpet rides. We brainstorm together. It's awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
That's so true.
Yeah. So we'll start with something fun. In one word for each of you, what does Women Unite to Ignite mean to you?
You can go first, Becki.
Gosh, my word is connection.
Connection.
Yeah. You know, I think about we need each other. We need community. And we all rise together. So it's connection for me.
Awesome. What about you, Shannon?
And mine is so similar. It's community.
Community. The two C's.
Yeah.
Community and connection. I love those. So we're going to come back to those. So hold those. They capture exactly what we're trying to create with this event. So let's start with the why. We could have created any type of event. We could have had all kind of PowerPoints and presentations, just another conference. But we wanted something different. Shannon and I, when we originally talked about this in 2022, is when we started talking about it, when we met. And then it was executed in 2023. And we both were on the same page when it came to wanting to create something that was an experience and something different than what you had gone to. So, Shannon, what inspired you to partner with me? You didn't know me for Adam.
I know. It's crazy as we look back.
Right.
First, because we are like-minded.
Mm-hmm.
And we had the same passion, right? We had this bucket list and we both got so energized.
Yes.
But I could tell really quickly that you were a person that was committed and you would follow through and a person of your word. And I knew that putting both of our strengths together, that there was no opportunity but to succeed with what we wanted to do.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Shannon is very cautious with who she lets in her circle. So I'm so honored that she lets me in. She's so thoughtful. And it's been a pure joy to have her as a dear friend and a coach. I get free coaching.
And you guys are an awesome balance to each other, too.
Yes. It's so funny because when we first started on this journey, my vision was this big thing, like an overnight retreat.
I keep thinking
and-
about the PJs
yeah.
that you said, can we do it?
Right.
Can we do it?
I want it to be a pajama party, and I want women to show up, and we're gonna have fire pits, several of them,
Uh-huh.
and each fire pit is gonna have a discussion facilitator and all this. And Shannon just went along with me looking at spaces, and finally, like the third space we looked at, that and they quoted us the price of $20,000. Shannon said, "Have you thought about let's starting small?"
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I was like, I hadn't given it any thought. Yeah, let's start small.
We complement each other very well, because it was just a week or so ago that I was sharing something and Rhoda's like,
Right.
reeled me
Right.
in and was like, okay, let's not bite off
Switching
too much.
places
Right.
too. I like it.
That's pretty much how I operate
Uh-huh.
too. Like I'm like, go all in. Ooh,
Uh-huh.
Rhoda, I probably should have thought about that and did it in steps.
and looking back, like
Yeah.
our friendship has grown so deep,
Yes.
right? And we know that we can call each other
Yes.
and like tell the cold hard truth.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
And we figured out early
Mhm,
on that
mhm.
partnering together was going to be much more meaningful.
Yes.
So we could have said, "Oh, well, that's competition,"
Right.
and looked at it completely different.
That's so true.
But we didn't. We took another avenue.
Yeah. We're modeling the message
Mhm.
we're trying to deliver to the women who interact with us is that we don't have to compete, and we can make much more of a difference if we partner.
Mhm.
So that is so true. Thanks for bringing that point up. Question for both of you. When you think about women today, what do you believe they're craving most?
So I'm going to be a broken record this whole
Mhm.
time, and it's connection. I
Mhm.
keep going back to connection. It's real support. It's real conversation. And I know just by putting the word real in front of it doesn't just make it happen.
Right.
But it's that authentic connection. It's the conversation. It is the real community, and when people walk in, I think you're going to feel that. I know
Mhm.
I felt that when I attended the first one. And I think people are craving that. They're not
Yes.
craving just sitting in a seat,
Mhm.
listening to someone speak. They're craving connection, community,
Yes.
conversation. And I want to get to know her, that
Mhm.
person who is at my table, who is in front of the room. I want to get to
Right.
know her.
That's so true. I can personally attest to that because the last job I was working for the last 5.5 years was a remote company. So when you're working, your tribe becomes the people you're
Mhm.
working with.
Mhm.
And they're all remote and living all over the United States. So then when I leave that company, I'm like, I don't have any people.
Who's your people?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can imagine it's other people that's
Mhm.
experiencing that.
And maybe these are people who actually have, a
Mhm.
corporate job, but they don't experience that community and
Right.
connection in their role.
Mhm.
And so they can get that elsewhere. They can
Right.
get that with us.
Yeah, we have a lot of women entrepreneurs
Absolutely.
that's going at it alone.
Yeah.
Shannon's one of them.
Mhm.
You're an entrepreneur.
Mhm.
I dabble in entrepreneurship. Uh,
You
one
are.
day.
You
one day.
are.
Yes. So Shannon, what about you?
It is very similar to Becky's,
Mhm.
but it's a sense of knowing that you're not alone,
Yes.
and so much of what we've already talked about here, and having people around you that help bring out your
Mhm.
strengths,
Mhm.
bring out
Mhm.
your dreams.
Yes.
And so when, at least from my experience, when I surround myself with people that are going to listen and be thought partners
Mhm.
and be encouraging, then you feel not just inspiration in the moment on that day, but you have those relationships that you can
Yes.
call upon, and then you just follow your dreams and you
Yes.
believe that you can do what you want to do
Mhm.
and instead of being held back by fear.
Yes. What I'm looking so forward to in this coming retreat is we have allocated time called Spark Stories. And we have 3 women who attended the retreat back in 2023 who are going to share their individual stories based upon something that happened in their life since then. But I recall being in that room and people standing up, talking,
Mhm.
sharing that call themselves shy or
Mhm.
introverted. So there was instant safety in the room. So for those that's on the fence wondering what's this about, you should go ahead on an Eventbrite and get that ticket.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for sharing. Shannon, when you think back, when you and I first had this talk and we discovered that this was something we were passionate about, What gap did you see that inspired you to want to create this experience?
Back to that aloneness.
Mm-hmm.
I saw so many women who really felt isolated. And when you have that strong of feelings, then it's a barrier and it holds you back. And if you can overcome that, then you can reach your full potential.
Yes.
So that's the biggest gap that I felt like we could help with, to help women in our community of St. Louis.
Yes, that's so true. I still struggle with that. I know I come off as confident, but when I'm in a room where I don't know people, I tend to like go within and kind of find a corner, and I have to force myself to engage and connect. What about you, Becki?
Gosh, what gap did I see? I would say it's that courage to ask for help of, what you want and need.
Yes.
And to know and realize in that moment that someone is there who wants to help. There are, people everywhere who are willing to lend a hand or even just lend their thoughts. Do you want to just hear my brain for a second, just to sit with someone?
Yes.
I think about, the We All Rise Together. I think women, are afraid to reach out.
Yes.
But there's a woman who is so willing to give. So we just need to start that conversation and to have people open up and just make that a regular occurrence to have those conversations, to ask for help and offer the help.
Yes.
And when we think about how fulfilling it is to help someone, right? And we all have different strengths. We all have different networks. And so for people to have a place that they're comfortable to share what it is that they need in that safe space, and then to witness the help that people have given, and it's rewarding.
Right. It is. So for the women that are listening and wondering, what is this and is it for me? Yes. If you have something to offer, it's for you. If you're looking for something to receive, it's for you. If you feeling or have felt a sense of isolation, it's for you. Just come. Have the courage to come. So I have a question for both of you. What do you hope women feel the moment they walk through the doors?
Excitement and relief.
Excitement and relief.
Yes, it's that excitement because of the warm welcome, the different kind of feeling and vibe that you have, and then a sense of relief of like, whew, I get to be myself for the day.
Yes.
Like I don't have to hold back from anything.
Take the mask off.
Yeah, and if we have an activity that you're not comfortable participating in, no big deal.
Right.
There's no pressure.
No, none whatsoever. What about you, Becki?
Mine is, I'm thinking of a sign that one of my leaders gave me a few years ago. And it's that feeling of, this is the place. I've arrived.
Yes.
This is it.
Yes.
And I love that feeling. And I always think about, like, we get to create that feeling for others. And that's what we're doing with this. But it's just, I want them to think, this must be the place.
Yes.
This is it.
Yes. And I want them to say, these are my people.
These are my people.
I found my people.
Yeah.
Yes. So our theme is you matter, you belong, you rise. Let's talk about the first part of the theme, you matter. So many women spend their lives taking care of everyone else, putting themselves last. And they stop at some point believing that they're worthy of investing in themselves. So question again for both of you, what does you matter mean to you personally?
What it means to me personally is that everyone is equally important. I think that a lot of people in the world we live in with so much social media, that they're comparing themselves to other people. And they're seeing who's out there on social media.
Yes.
And then they compare or they look up to people, and then they start criticizing themselves and believing that they aren't good enough.
Right.
And that is so not true. I believe that you matter is that no matter where you're at, all of the different diversities,
Right.
that every person matters equally
Yes.
and should feel that way. And I think that so much of what we have built in the day can help somebody find those nuggets to carry with them,
Yes.
to know that wherever they're at, whatever space that they're in, to show up bigger.
Yes, I love that. Everyone matters equally.
I always, and I have two things. I'm going to respond to Shannon's, and then I'm going to share something else. I think about, when someone says, I can never be them. I can never, I'm good. I don't want you
Right.
to. I don't want you to. I want you to be you. So don't compare yourself to someone else. You're unique for a reason, and you're here for a purpose. And so
Yes.
that's the piece of you matter there. I'm also thinking back to something that Lacey said. If you listen to the podcast, Rich is a Mother,
Yes.
a few weeks ago, and she said that, and I think it was towards the end of the conversation, of motherhood is not in conflict with livelihood.
Yes.
And I think you can put anything on the other side of that. Motherhood, being a wife, whatever it is on that other side, it should not be in conflict with livelihood.
Yes.
You still get to love who you are and the life that you're creating, and give yourself that gift. You can't be all of those things on the other side unless you are loving yourself and you are showing up well and taking care of yourself. I mean, think too, you can't pour from an empty cup, but you are worthy. You are worthy. And so is what's on the other side. It's not in conflict with one another.
I love that. Yes, that was a powerful conversation with Lacey. It was resonated with a lot of people. I want to ask this: Have either of you ever experienced a season where you forgot your own worth?
Yes.
Care to share? Like, how did you get through it? What were the circumstances?
I've experienced it a few times.
Okay.
So focusing on how I got through it, self-care. So much of my life, I didn't focus on that.
Right.
And I tried pouring from an empty cup, and it just doesn't work.
Right.
After self-care, a mindset of being grateful from the time that you wake up in the morning.
Yes.
And saying, even inside your head, thank you for my vision so that I can see. Thank you for all the little things.
Right.
Because no
the
matter
stuff we take for granted.
no matter how hard it is and whatever you're going through at that time where you're struggling, there are so many things to be grateful for.
It really is.
And it changes your outlook. In addition to that, meditation, I do so much better whenever I make time for my meditation. And then spending time with friends and like what we've talked about the community.
That's great. Yeah. I was just reflecting when you were saying your meditation and speaking affirmations. The power manifestation is a practice that I've used to help me get recentered, calling those things that be not as though they are, because I walk by faith and not by sight. But you need to be in the presence of like-minded people sometime to remind you of even that.
Yes.
So that's another reason why I'm so excited that despite the fact that this is it's a big ask, this is by popular demand that we're even doing it again, to put this on, but it's worth it. I think it's worth it. So thank you both again for sharing. Let's move on to the second part of the thing, which is belonging. Belonging is something we all long for. Who doesn't want to belong? Sometimes you can be surrounded by people and still feel completely alone. So have either of you ever struggled to feel like you belonged?
For sure. Professionally, and Rhoda, you've lived alongside me in one of these experiences that I'm going to talk about here. But I had a team around me, and my voice and ideas were not heard or considered. And at that point, you've seen when the person in the room becomes silent. That's when you really know something's wrong.
Yes.
That I didn't feel like I belonged, and that was the time where I started to question my worth, and I became silent. That oh, I guess I don't have anything to offer here. I
Right.
guess I don't have good ideas. I guess I'm not creative. Um, but what helped me in that situation was to just remember what I'm made of.
Right.
To remember and then reclaim my space
Yes.
and my boundaries and to
Mhm.
walk away from something that no longer served me.
Right. That's so true. Walking away from
Mhm.
something that no longer serves you is something that I think many of us don't do
Right.
often enough
Right.
for whatever reason.
And it could be
fear.
because
Mm-hmm.
we're taking care of
Yes.
the family and we're like, we
Yes.
can't make this change right now.
Yes.
So we put
Yes.
ourselves
At
last.
risk. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We really do. We put ourselves at risk when we stay in those type of environments because it becomes toxic. And
Sure.
like you said, you shut down.
Yeah.
That's not healthy.
Nope. And you can't go home and be
Right.
the mom and the wife and the friend
Right.
that you were made to be when that's happening.
Right.
So I think that that's where, we talk about you reclaiming. You get to reclaim that
Yes.
through boundaries, through recognizing the environment, the
Mhm.
soil that you
Yes.
are blooming in,
Yes.
and making sure that it's a safe space
Yes.
with like-minded people who are going to lift you up.
Right. Shannon, what about you?
So many times I look back, and absolutely that. So as I look back and reflect, then I do wonder how many times it was my own doing, because when I'm really paying attention, then sometimes I can find myself telling a story in my head, right? Somebody looks at you away, they just act. And so what I've worked hard at is to not make up those stories and just be myself.
Yes.
And then if something's said or something gives me the impression that I'm not belonging, then I get to choose.
Right.
And is that I quiet down, or is that I am probably the older that I get, the more confrontational in a good way of questioning it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
oh, I just sensed that you maybe didn't like what I said.
Yeah.
Tell me
Tell me
more.
Tell me
more about that, right? And I think that takes courage. And the older we get, the wiser we get to say, oh wait, there's a lot of other pieces here that tell me, my gut is right. Maybe this isn't kind of the space that I want to be in, and then you make a decision. But a lot of reflection has helped kind of figure out rather than jumping to a conclusion.
Right.
And some of those conversations have gotten pretty interesting.
Yeah. And it's so true. The stories we tell ourselves. And then if we are not careful, and like you said, pausing and doing the self-reflection and questioning ourselves, we make decisions and choices based on those stories, which 99.9% of the time are not accurate. So that is so true. Let's move on to the third and final part of our theme is you rise. And rising looks different for every woman. So for some, it's starting a business. For others, it's healing. It's finding confidence. It's changing careers. It could be having a difficult conversation. It could simply be believing in yourself again. So this question again is for both of you. What does you rise mean to you?
Well, as I look at those three components of the retreat, this is my favorite. As I think about rise, and I think about rise and shine with that. So I think rise to me means recognizing your gifts and recognizing who you surround yourself with and recognizing what you need to show up as your best self. Like, I think all of those components come into the we rise. And when you can figure that out, and you can start to step into that power, you can help others rise along with you.
Yes.
I think this is an active choice, to say, I'm going to step into this. And I think this retreat is a way that you can do that, to step into that power, to recognize what you need, to recognize those incredible gifts that you've been given. And rise. And then you can put your hand back and say, come with me. I want to help you rise too.
I love it. It's an active choice. And then you talked about stepping into that power.
Yeah.
and that power gives you the ability and the capacity to help
Yeah,
someone
claim
else
it or
rise.
reclaim it.
Right.
You know, if you may have been there before and something may have torn you down, but this is a space where people are going to be ready to lift you up.
Yes. Shannon, what about you? What does you rise mean?
So my response and Becky's are somewhat similar, but it's stepping into who you have become because of your journey, not in spite of it.
Yeah.
It's recognizing your strengths, as we've talked about, and it's believing that you have something meaningful to offer.
Yes.
And having the courage to share that gift with the world.
I love it. I love it. I mean, if you're listening and you haven't bought your ticket yet and you're
and
wondering.
You can see we're all aligned. So
come on and be a part. This is really a movement. You know, if people, St. Louis has a reputation for not being supportive of one another. It's really hard to bring us together. We're very siloed. We can all rise together. And this is a space that we're creating to model that. So we want like-minded women to come on and join us. So Becki, what does breakthrough look like in this season of your life?
Oh, goodness. Do we have time for this? Gosh, I think it's discovery. I think we're in a constant state, at least I am, a constant state of discovery. So breakthrough for me is continuing to recognize and discover my gifts and my talents and how I can serve the world, but staying rooted in my values. Always being guided by my values of faith, family, community, relationships, and health. But the breakthrough piece is to continue listening to what God is telling me and not just saying, well, I think this is what I should do. But being still in the moment and listening to what God is calling me to do. And maybe that's not something that, you know, others might be thinking of a higher being, but thinking of what is bigger than yourself and how can you serve the world in the best way. For me, breakthrough is discovery and just figuring it out. And my session that I'm going to be doing is around finding your way. It's not about finding your why. That's where people get stuck. So we're on a journey of becoming.
I love it. So I can't wait for that. Your segment and all the others are going to be so powerful. Shannon, what about you?
We are so aligned, but I'll add a few extra pieces. So I think breakthrough really looks different based on the season of our life. For me right now, it's continuing to be fully myself. And what that looks like is saying yes, even when you're scared of something, because it's easy to say, but saying yes, to really trusting yourself and sometimes choosing purpose over comfort. And the biggest breakthrough that I've recognized that is that I don't have to prove my worth. No more. I just simply get to be. You get to live it. And if we can help one woman leave believing the same, believing in herself, then the breakthrough was worth pursuing.
And I get to lead a segment that during the retreat titled Breakthrough. So it's all about the breakthrough. And for me, similar to what you both have said around discovery and purpose, breakthrough for me is the season in my life. It's just letting go and trusting the process and don't push the river. Let it just flow naturally and trust that in the end, everything will work out. You know, there are a lot of events in St. Louis, and there are a lot of events for women. So let's talk about why this one is different. Shannon, if someone has never attended, they didn't come to our prior event, it's the first time they're hearing about Women Unite to Ignite, what can they expect?
This is not a traditional conference. We don't use PowerPoints. There's nothing up on the screen. We have invited a few handful of vendors that are related to all of the messages that we're behind. So there'll be that kind of experience, Russo's is catering, breakfast and lunch. There'll be a locally owned business. This is going to be in at the Marquee in Newtown that will have an afternoon snack with. There's all kinds of really cool prizes. We keep it fun all day long. And so women are getting prizes throughout the day. Rhoda, you talked about your breakthrough session. I'm going to be doing a session on the Accept the Compliment movement. We've got Rhonda Gray, who's going to be doing a topic on fashion and confidence. What Becki shared about finding their way. We have a panel. We have the Spark.
The
storytellers. Which is so amazing because those 3 women were there in 2023 and they left with inspiration and belief and support to do more. And so we get to hear what they've done. I know Rhoda's like, come on, Shannon, but there's so much. There's an interactive board game that Rhoda has designed.
Nice. I bet I should patent.
Yeah, right. So we're gonna have some fun with that. Getting the opportunity to help others. So we alluded to, there's going to be about 100 women there and everyone is going to have an opportunity. Everyone that wants to will have the opportunity to be able to share what it is that they need and have others be able to help them. And an optional happy hour. People are having a good time and want to stick around. So it's going to be so much different than what normal kind of retreats are. In fact, we should probably not call it a retreat because it's an experience.
It's an experience. Yeah, it absolutely is.
So there's no pajama party, but you mentioned that there might be a dance break.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that what you're most excited about?
I don't know. I mean, there is a really neat dance floor at the Marquee.
Yes.
But yeah, that might be kind of fun.
Yes.
What I am excited about is seeing people. I know that sounds just really simple and silly, but I love meeting people. And my husband thinks I'm crazy. He's like, you just love meeting strangers and talking to people? Yes, I do. I do. Because you never know how you might be able to help someone or how they might be able to help you. And just to think about how your trajectory can change. I had someone ask me the other day, like, who are the people that, you have met through, if you want to call it networking, that have changed the trajectory of your life? Like, I can name people. Like, if I wouldn't have put myself in those situations, I would not have met some really incredible people.
Yes, it's so true. It's so true. I love it. We're going to jump to rapid fire as we progress to closing out. I can talk about this all day. It's so fun. I have a rapid fire. I just want you to tell me the first thing that comes to mind and complete this sentence. So, Shannon, every woman deserves
to know that she matters.
Yes. Becki, every woman deserves
peace.
Yes. One thing women need to stop apologizing for is
delay. Whose delay are you talking about? This is your timeline. Don't apologize.
Yes, I love it.
Most everything. Don't take on and own what you didn't cause.
Right. So true. We apologize unnecessary. The best investment, Shannon, I've ever made in myself was
making time for me.
Yes. Same. Becki, for you?
Mine's pretty recent. I just participated in Empowering Portraits to see what others see. I have a hard time with that. I know you think you're in front of the camera all the time, but I needed to see that. And it was just a really, really moving experience.
Wow. Great. So, Shannon, one word I hope every woman leaves the retreat with is
worthy. Because when a woman knows, truly knows that she is worthy, she realizes that she matters, she belongs, and she's ready to rise.
Yes. Becki, one word I hope every woman leaves the retreat with is?
My word was hope. Hope for the future, hope in the present, just hope.
And Shannon, I know a woman needs this experience when
they're so busy taking care of everyone else that they just are empty in their cup.
Yes. And Becki, I know a woman needs this retreat or experience when
you need to be reminded of your worth.
Yes.
You'll do it for your friends. Do it for yourself.
Do it for yourself. So before we wrap up, I'd love for each of you to speak directly to the woman who's listening today. Maybe she's thinking about coming. Maybe she's been putting herself last. Maybe she thinks she can't afford it.
Mhm.
She can reach out. We
Mhm.
have some scholarship opportunities. Maybe she's wondering if this event is really for her. If you had 1 minute to encourage her, what would each of you say?
Go ahead.
All right. We
Mm.
tell ourselves that we will do something like this someday when everything is just perfect and life isn't busy. But what if that someday is now?
Mm-hmm.
You are worthy of a day that pours back into you.
Yes.
You are worthy of being encouraged, of making new connections, of laughing and learning and growing and remembering the incredible woman that you already are. Don't think of this as another event on your calendar, but think of it as an investment in yourself. Because when you become healthier, stronger, and more confident, everyone around you will benefit from that too. So if you're waiting for the sign, this is it.
This is it.
We would be honored to spend the day with you. Come exactly as you are, and we'll be holding your seat.
Love it. Love it. Becki?
So I think of the poem of, this is your one wild and precious life. And I want people to live their lives not just long, but wide. Live wide, experience these things, experience it all.
Yes.
And this is just one way you can do that, to live a little bit wider instead of just longer. Experience it all.
Yeah. Show up. Take up space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Live in the moment. Enjoy it. Yeah. Go along on the ride.
And find your people to go with you. Rhoda, you said something at the last retreat, and I remember I was sharing my notes with you afterwards. And you're like, I said that? And it was, pay attention to your tea leaves. I still don't know what, understand really what it means, but it's look around to the people.
Read the room.
And these people are going to keep showing up.
Yes.
Why? Because you're on a journey together.
Yes.
You care about each other. You have found community. And these people you may show up as strangers, and you're going to leave. You're going to leave with someone who's going to support you along the way.
Awesome. The two words you all spoke about early when I asked, what's the word that comes to mind, was community and connection. And everything we've said describes that. And I hope that those that are listening felt the energy and the passion that we brought around this topic. So if today's conversation spoke to you, consider this your invitation. If you've been feeling stuck, if you've been pouring into everyone else and neglecting yourself, if you've been longing for genuine connection and community, if you're ready to be encouraged, challenged, and inspired, we would absolutely love to have you join us on October 2nd for Women Unite to Ignite. Spend one day investing in the most important person in your life. If you're an organization, a business owner, and you're looking for something meaningful to contribute to sponsor, we are looking for sponsors as well. So spend that day investing in the most important person in your life, which is you. You can visit our website to learn more and reserve your seat. It's www.womentounite.com. You can find the tickets on Eventbrite. And we love to welcome you into this incredible community of women. So thank you both. And thank you for those that are listening for spending time with us today. Remember, you matter, you belong, you rise. And until next time, keep choosing yourself, keep growing, and keep creating your own breakthrough. Thanks for listening.
Hey, what's your secret? You got the kind of vibe that leaves me speechless. It could be model, multitasking genius. Yeah, you got it all. Hey, what's your story? A kick-ass mom and 40 under 40. A soccer practice in your high heel glory. Yeah, you do it all.